Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing an information video, if you want to call it that. About what is a gik and how does the gik system work. While we have a walk from the lighthouse here at the end of Pattaya Bay. Now, if we turn around, we're going to have a little walk just down here, and then we'll find some really lovely stone steps. And we're going to climb the stone steps all the way to the top. And I'm sure we'll find something quite significant. Let's wait and see, shall we? Now then, I've touched on this Gik system briefly in previous videos, but never really explained what it is. That's the steps in front that we're going to climb all the way to the top. So, as I mentioned before, 90%, I would say, as I understand, of Thai men, married or whatever, are unfaithful and have multiple partners. This is absolutely normal in Thailand. Normal to the point that every decent-sized town, never mind city, in Thailand, has at least one or two or three what you would call a love hotel. Now, in the West, as you get older, the opportunities to have multiple girlfriends disappear pretty much completely. But if you're still young and athletic looking and have some money, then of course it's available, as always. And I remember when I was a young man, that was the way it was. But as you get older, your opportunities in the West disappear. Now, some guys really love to have one girlfriend, and they are exclusive to that girlfriend, and she's exclusive to them. And in time, this could well develop into marriage. That's the way it happens now in the West. With many people, it can still happen like that in Thailand. So that's really a conventional boy-girl relationship. And as long as you stay away from the bar scene, then you can certainly have that sort of relationship here in Thailand. Definitely, no problem. Many guys do, and I'm sure there are many guys listening now who have that sort of relationship here in Thailand, and it's very successful. And if it's good, it's wonderful. Now, it's quite possible to have that sort of exclusive relationship here in Thailand. And from what I understand, the guys who are married and that I've spoken to and have very steady girlfriends, they say girls take care of them, the Thai girls take care of them better than most girls in the West. So I'm told. I wouldn't know that, but so I'm told. Now, if that sort of relationship is not really for you, if you're the sort of person who, when you were younger, went out to nightclubs most nights and flirted around and went out with many, many, many different girls when you were young in the West, of course, then as you got older, you found that your opportunities disappeared. And you really miss that time. You miss the chase, you miss the fun, you miss the variety without any commitment to any sort of long-term relationship. And you would really love to turn the clock back. The problem in the West is that we're talking about older women, because they have to be very close to your own age in the West. And to find an older woman who you find attractive and want to spend time with in that way, you'd be lucky to find one every 6 months or maybe one a year if you're lucky. Now, I remember when I was a young guy in the West, I used to run 3 or 4 regular girls. I would see them once every few days or once a week or something. And I absolutely loved that system in the West. But of course, I was a young man, and the girls were young girls. And as I've said already, you cannot do that when you get older in the West. In fact, some guys, even when they were young, didn't do it because they were the sort of people who were lacking in confidence and to a great degree. But that's people. People are different, horses for courses. So now we come to Thailand. I really should point out that when we're talking about girlfriends or everything that we're really referring to now is for guys who live here, not people hooking up on holiday for a week or two on bar finding and SC and all that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about guys who come to live here and want some sort of a girlfriend system. Now, as I said before, Thai men are notoriously unfaithful, and Thai girls are used to that. Men being unfaithful is considered pretty much normal here in Thailand and accepted to a great degree. Now, if you're the sort of guy who would like to turn the clock back metaphorically and start to date multiple partners, now is the time to start when you move to Pattaya, because here you can do that once again. So here in Pattaya, if you meet a girl and see her only once every week or 10 days or something, she won't ask questions about what you're doing the rest of the time. It's Thai culture to mind your own business. That's the way they are. The only time they start to get possessive and jealous is if they feel they can put a claim on you. And you don't allow that to happen. That's a no-no, okay? You should make it clear to any girl in Thailand that you meet that you don't want a long-term relationship. You want to keep it fairly casual. If you can do that, then they don't have a claim on you. You don't get questions and you don't get jealousy. Don't forget that in Pattaya, a Falang who has some money and is well dressed and takes care of himself, doesn't get too drunk all the time, and is presentable and polite, is still very desirable for Thai girls living here. Once again, not to labour the point, we're not talking about bar girls. We're talking about normal girls with a normal job, like a shop, 7-Eleven, a supermarket, a hairdresser, whatever, but a normal job, who come to work in Pattaya. But of course the wages are not high, and they are desperately looking for an opportunity to get out of the poverty they've known all their lives. These sort of girls would love to have a Falang boyfriend, even if it was only once every few days. They'll see you as a challenge and try to see you more often. So you date several of these girls until you find one that you click with and get along with and you like and everything's good. And this one then becomes your first gig. Now, it's up to you to resist her trying to get exclusivity. And you do that by having 3 or 4 of this type of girl in hand, who you can call on at any time that you're in the mood. So when you have 3 or 4 girls you really like, you start seeing them again and again, and you become friends. You become close. It's not like some random bar girl or like some girl from Thai Friendly you just phoned up who you don't know. It's a friendship that develops, and there are feelings and emotion. The fact that there may be 25 or 30 years age gap is irrelevant. It's a bit like having a girlfriend without any of the commitment. Having said that, you will be expected to provide some compensation, maybe some presents here and there, a bit of money here and there to help out, Just like in the West. I mean, if you had several girlfriends running at the same time in the West, you would take them out for a nice meal or something, or to get some drinks in a club, a nightclub. That would cost you money. It's the same here. Now, what I've just described basically is the gig system. Having multiple girlfriends without any of the aggravation and commitment that come with an exclusive girlfriend. Now, you can run a gig system like this with 3 or 4 girls. You can run it for a while, but inevitably what happens is either one of the girls will get involved too much with you and start to give you aggravation and start to question what you're doing with the other days. And you're trying to avoid this by having the gig system in the first place. Then you have to kick her out of the system and find a replacement. Yeah? Or what can also happen is one of your gigs will meet some phalang who falls in love with her and offers her everything she's ever dreamed of. Then she's gone, and there's nothing you can do about it, except find a replacement. So basically, that is the gig system. And it's a bit like having friends with benefits, if you want to call it that. Another way, I mean, it's just multiple girlfriends, but you're close to them. That's the difference. It's not just girls in a bar. It's not like that. It's much, much better than that, in that you actually have a closeness to them, you know. And really, if you used to do that when you were younger, you can come to Pattaya and you can turn the clock back. There's a name for that, you know. It's called living the dream. Yeah. So that's basically what the gig system is. You are expected to pay to a degree, but you wouldn't be expected to pay like proper money, proper full money. You would just buy presents and everything because you get to like each other and your friends. Okay, so does that explain what the gig system is, guys? Did you enjoy the significant place that we came to, the big sign? You enjoyed that? It's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really good view from up here. Really, really good view. It's a bit of a walk up here, though, I'm afraid. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, guys, and please have a look at my Instagram channel. If you just look below the video, you'll see the link, and that will show you Patreon. Okay? And thank you for listening to my little chat. I hope it's entertaining and encourages you to come here, because it really is wonderful to live here. You know, it really is. I mean, I've been here, 15 years now, and I have no desire whatsoever to go back to England. Zero desire to go back to England. If you're thinking about retiring here, then don't think anymore, do it. As long as you have an income, a reasonable income, and as long as you're in reasonably good health, then I absolutely recommend retiring here. As I say, I've been here 15 years, and so I don't want to leave. Okay. Anyway, we're back up at the top of the road, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it entertaining. And I shall see you on the next video. Thanks a lot, guys.